Black and Radio Japan. Black and Radio Japan. Talk show, DJ sessions, live interviews. The best for international music entertainment. Black and Radio.
Right. This is KMC Vibes coming to you courtesy of Black Can Radio. Today's show, we've got a good lineup coming on. Everything is rolling at KMC, and so everything looks good, you know. KMC in September, October, making plans for the next year, KMC coming up. So KMC 2019, we got a lot of things planned. 10 years coming up for KMC, and we'd like to do some extra special things. So looking forward to KMC 2019 next year, September 20 through 22nd. 皆さん、ようこそ KMC Vibes のホスト DL、Black Can Radio 提供で協力で、来年向けて、第10回関西ミュージックカンファレンスを、開催されます。本当に楽しみですね。10回目ということで、KMC2009、2009年、初めて。そうしたら、大体、2014年、開催されてないけど、来年の2019年は第10回。そしたら、いろんなスペシャルゲストを、招待するつもりなんですけど、本当にできるかどうかはまだわからないんですが、まず、Hurricane No.1 というバンド、まず、大体20年前ぐらい初めて来日して、結構日本人のリセプションが本当にすごかったということですね。So today's guest is Hurricane No.1. They came together. They formed in 1997 and came to Japan about 20 years ago to a great reception. And then they came back 2 years ago in 2016 to another great reception. So today we've invited through Skype Alex Lowe on the air. He's currently in Scotland. Alex, you there?
I am so, yes.
All right. Good to hear from you.
Thanks very much for having me on the show. It's a pleasure, you know.
Yeah.
It's great.
So
it's a bit early. It's a bit early over here, but you know, that's the price you pay.
What time is it over there?
It's about 8 o'clock, 8 in the morning.
Okay.
You know, on a Saturday morning usually. You know, but I'm usually up early anyway. You know.
Okay.
So it's bad. Yeah.
Good,
it's
good.
cool.
Cool. Yeah. So. Hurricane No.1, if you could tell me, let's see, what is, was there any particular reason for the name?
Well, we were going to be called Hurricane, but the DJs and the Beastie Boys, you know the Beastie Boys?
Yes.
Their DJ took offense to it because his name was DJ Hurricane.
Okay.
So, and we were like, well, you know, I know lots of bands called Hurricane, you know, it's like, it's not a big deal, you know, it's not like we're a DJ band or anything, you know.
Right,
so we just, it was a bit of a, you know, like a punch in the face to him. We just put a number 1 on the end of it and went, there you go then. We'll just put, so it's a bit of a, you know, it's a bit of a lark about, you know, it's just a bit of a joke really,
Sure.
the hashtag 1. And looking back now, I think we're the band that invented the hashtag really, because it's everywhere now, isn't it?
Right,
so it's,
right.
it was one of them things, we had to change it because the guy took offense and we didn't realize why. You know, we aren't, like I said, we aren't DJs or anything. So we just stuck a number one on the end and went, there you go. You know, so and that's how it came about, really. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it came about.
Cool. Well, so I've got the CD cover for your first album. And I've been looking at it and I'm wondering, what is this guy doing? Is he like jumping? Is he running? Is he?
Well, yeah, it's a weird one. It's actually a girl, actually. It's actually a lady.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually thought that as well. I looked at it for about 3 years after we did it. And I had to ask Alan McGee, our manager at the time that owns Creation. I says, who is this guy? And he went, it's a girl, you know. I was like, oh. But anyway, it's she was a photographer in Japan.
Okay.
I don't know too much about her history, but she seems to be pretty famous, you know, in Asia and the Philippines and Australia and stuff like that, you know. And we just picked it up. And funny enough, when we did the release for America, Andy Bell actually took her place and did the exact same shot.
Okay.
So it looks like the same girl, but it's not. It's Andy.
It's Andy.
Yeah. So it was really cool how he did it, you know, because it did look identical,
exactly
but it was Andy.
Right.
Okay. It was fantastic. So the lady, she's a Japanese. I think she's a very well known, you know, photographer for bands and fashion and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So if you could tell me real briefly, what is kind of the band formed in 1997, right?
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. What happened? Cut a long story short. The band formed in '97, and Andy Bell was in a band called Ride. He's back in Ride again. So he's playing again with Ride, who were pretty big in the early '90s and stuff. You know, they were signed to Creation, they split up. They split up and just wanted to have a new band. He just wanted to do something different, and we just got together and made the band really and signed to Creation again for 2 albums, and that's how it came about. Really, I actually they actually put an ad in a music paper looking for a singer, and it was my girlfriend at the time sent a tape in without me knowing, and they phoned me, and I thought it was a prank phone call saying, oh, we love your singing and could you come down. I thought, who is this? And I thought it was a prank call, so I put the phone down on them, you know. And they phoned me back, and it was actually a girl. Yeah, I thought it was a prank call because I had been trying for like 10 years before to get somewhere, you know, and I thought, no, it can't happen like this, you know. This is easy. And it was. It was a lady from, I think it was Warner Brothers or something, phoned me and said, could you come down and do an audition? And that's how it happened. And then I got signed to Creation Records. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'd like to play the first song, if you could introduce it for me.
Yeah, it's a song called Where to Begin. And it's one of the new lineups, new songs. Yeah, I think a lot of Japanese fans will know this one from the last time we were there. You know.
Okay. So Where to Begin from
right.
Hurricane number 1. Check it out. この曲、so about how old is this song?
Oh, it's only well, actually, it's an old song. I wrote it when I was like 16, 17, but I didn't release it until about 2 or 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
この曲 Where to Begin という曲が、だいたい2年前ぐらいはリリースされたんですね。ぜひ聴いて楽しんでください。Where to Begin.
Well, I think I got something to tell you. Well, I think I'm gonna have to begin. I've been sleeping with your mother's sister, baby, and my body, it's full of sin. I got years where my mind is all twisted, and you threw away the best that you had. And my future is looking blissful, baby. Half the bank will shake the devil's hand. 'Cause I don't wanna know. Yes, I don't wanna know. Yes, I don't wanna know where to begin. Where to begin. I was brought up by a two-bed hooker, and the face, well, it was full of cracks. I to laugh hard, thought it was funny. I used to laugh, but I would take a cry. But now she's gone and I'm sitting here thinking she looked familiar, but I did not know it was your mother, sister, baby. I don't regret it 'cause I stole the show. 'Cause I don't wanna know. Yes, I don't wanna know. Yes, I don't wanna know where to begin. Where to begin. Where to begin. Oh, where to begin, begin, begin.
That was Where to Begin by Hurricane number one. So, Alex,
yes.
what is, forgive my directness, but what is the attraction with Japan?
I'll tell you, it all started years ago. For me personally, the attraction is I'm a big Beatles fan, you know. I'm like beyond it. I'm just crazy about the Beatles. Uh-huh. And I actually saw them do Japan in 1965. Not actually was there, but I saw a video of it. And I saw them do this press conference. I thought, wow, how cool would that be? You know, when I was like 14, 15. Okay. And ever since then, I wanted to go to Japan and play in a band. Right. And that's my thing, you know, that's my private kind of that's why I love Japan so much. But the reason Japan is so good for the band is because they're so open to music, you know, they're so open to all different kinds of music and, you know, that kind of thing. And it's just a great place for fans. They're probably some of the best fans in the world to go there, you know. Yeah. When we went there 20 years ago, it was like Beatlemania, you know. It was madness. It was, you know, police escorts and couldn't get out of hotel rooms. And it was madness. It was, and I thought, wow, this is crazy. This is just a dream, you know. And it was like being in a dream for 5 days, you know, because we didn't get to see anything. Or, you know, we're stuck in a hotel room and stuff. But it was just like the Beatles back in 65, 66 when they went there, you know. And I think it's just because of the fans. They're probably the best fans in the world, you know. Okay. Along with the Argentinian fans, they're crazy as well. Right, but but it's a beautiful place. I love Japan. It's a fantastic country, and it's just it's so clean.
Yes.
So it's just and the people are so nice, you know. It's just a beautiful country. Probably one of my favorite countries I've ever been to, you know. And I've been to a lot of countries all over the world, you know. But Japan has got to be my favorite place, you know, for the band. Yeah.
Well, so do you have like Japanese fans that are? Do you see Japanese fans when you play in other countries, like in the UK?
Yes, we do. Yeah, they'll fly. They'll if they've got time off or, you know, they aren't doing anything, you know, you always see them at the front. You know, we did a tour, I think it was 2 years ago in the UK, and there was like 10 Japanese fans at the front, and they had flown over from Japan to see us, you know.
Really?
And, they flew over, and the least that we could do, you know, was take them backstage and give them T-shirts and CDs and stuff, you know, and sign a few things, but we couldn't believe it, you know. I was like, oh my god! And then when the first time around 20 years ago, when I stayed in Oxford, when we came back from Japan, 3 days after, I was looking out the window, and there was fans sleeping on my doorstep from. They found out where I lived. I don't know how they found out, or I don't know how that happened. But there was, I think it was half a dozen, and they had sleeping bags and stuff. And they were sleeping outside my front door.
Okay.
So that was it was strange, but
right.
It was great. It's we appreciate everything.
Sure,
that's the thing about this band. We just love our fans. I think we've got the coolest fans in the world. They're just fantastic people.
Well,
great.
so what is it about? Do you have any idea what is it about the band, about the music that is kind of appealing in Japan?
I don't know, really. It's just, I think they just like rock and roll, I think they just like guitar music. Well, our fans, I think that it's just the guitar appeal, and I think we're approachable as well. You can approach us, and, some bands, I know a lot of bands that went over there, and I've spoke to them, and it's like, oh no, we don't speak to fans. Oh no, we just read. And it's like, oh no, hold on a minute. These people work all week to buy a ticket to come and see you.
Right.
At least you can do is say hello,
Right,
It's and we do that, I'm very approachable, where the press thinks 20 years ago, the press thought I was mad and I was a wild man, and I was voted wild man of rock and roll in Scottish newspapers and stuff, and it wasn't like that at all. I wasn't, I was approachable, and fans would come along to gigs and they'd say to the tour manager, "Oh, could I speak to Alex? But is he going to punch me? Is he going to do this?"
Right.
What? Where are you getting this info from? But it was just the fake news, the fake press telling us, and it was just the image of, trying to be this, and I wasn't like that at all. I think it was just put on my back, because Creation was so much of a cool label. Creation Records we were on. They had Oasis, and they had Primal Scream, and they had all these bands, Jesus and Mary Chain, and all these cool bands. Sure. And I think they put this thing on us that I had to be this way in a certain way, but I wasn't at all. Yeah.
Cool. So you guys were back in 2 years ago in 2016.
Yeah,
and that tour went pretty well. I've heard.
Yeah, it sold out. Yeah, it sold out in about half an hour. All the tickets went, and it was just 4 shows. But they were small shows because we didn't really know what to expect after 20 years. We were going to go, because on the plane over, we thought, oh no, is it going to be? They haven't seen us in 20 years. What's going to happen here?
Remember.
Yeah, are they going to remember stuff, and are they going to, and then we got there, and it was just as wild, maybe on a smaller basis. We didn't want to take a chance, in booking massive shows, because we didn't know what to expect. So we thought, we'll tread the water carefully, and we'll do shows maybe 500 to 1,000 people or whatever it was, And we sold them out. Every show was sold out. The fans were just as mad and just as crazy, and we loved it. It was just I got an eye opener, to be honest. I thought it was going to be much quieter. I thought we'd have to grow on everybody, but everybody seemed to know us and all,
Right.
Like we're there for years, It's
cool,
great, yeah.
Cool. So, looking forward to you guys coming next year.
We can't wait. We're
September.
Yeah, we are. September 2019, we will be there, and we can't wait. We are, especially our drummer Chris. He loves Japan so much. He's worse than I am. He just can't wait to be back. He's just so excited. All the guys, they're all excited. And it's going to be fantastic.
Cool.
So fans, get out there and come and see us. It's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely brilliant.
Right. And for KMC, the music conference. We like to invite you to attend that, and possibly even do a panel discussion or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. We'd be up for that. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, no problem. That's the thing. I love that's the difference as well about Japan and the UK. The press in Japan are so welcoming, and they'll ask you great questions, and it gets so interesting. We did a lot of press conferences the first time round. We did one when we were last back,
right?
And the questions were just. They were all positive, and it was all. But in the UK, it's all negative questions, and that and it's like, my God, it's only music. We're only a rock and roll band.
Sure.
You don't have to get so stupid. But we love doing that. It's great to talk to the press. They're great people.
Right. I'd like to check out your second song, "Step Into My World."
Yeah, that was a big hit. Yeah, that was our first single, actually.
Okay.
And that was the one that broke the band, really. So yeah, cool.
When was this released?
This was released actually in 1997. I think it was like May 97 or something like that, you know.
Okay.
And it's just over in the UK. It's like a classic now. It's an anthem here, you know.
Cool.
Everybody knows that song here, so it's a wonderful thing, you know. It's great.
Cool, great. Well, thank you for talking to us. We're gonna step out with "Step Into My World," and I look forward to meeting you guys when you come here for KMC. And
Excellent.
Any final words for people listening?
Just when we come to Japan, you know, just come out and see us. We've got people will know Stuart Fletcher from the Seahorses. He's on bass now, and that was John Squire from the Stone Roses band back in the day as well. And so Stuart's playing bass now for Hurricane #1. So that's going to be that's elevated the band a bit as well, you know. Mm-hmm. So that's great. So just come out and see us in Japan.
You still there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Say that again. Come out and see us in Japan.
Yeah, come and see us in Japan, and we are approachable bands. You know? You can say hi. That's okay. You know?
you won't bite their head off, right? Yeah.
No, not at all. No,
okay.
Not at all.
Cool. All right. Well,
thanks very much.
Yeah, cheers. "Step Into My World" by Hurricane #1.
If you wanna be my girl, I think we're dreaming the same dream. I think we're dreaming the same dream. I'll let you be in my dream. If you show me your dream, tell me what it means. I don't wanna spend the rest of my days running around, chasing your shadow. So please don't let this chance slip away. If you wasted this time, I won't be here tomorrow. If we get it together, it could last forever. If you got the time to try it, you know that it could be right here. We don't live in the same world. We don't live in the same world. But I can step in your world if you step in my world. I don't wanna spend the rest of my days running around, chasing your shadow. So please don't let this chance slip away. If you wasted this time, I won't be here tomorrow. We don't live in the same world. We don't live in the same world. Take a step into my world. Take a step into my world. We don't live in the same world. We don't live in the same world. Take a step into my world.
All right. This is KMC Vibes, host DL with special guest
はい。
Yuuji!
はい。皆さんこんにちは。軽い感じやね。
そうね。はい。
Hello.
And Katya. Katya, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We have Katya, who is back, will be coming back to Japan. When are you arriving?
I'm so excited. I leave Sunday,
Uh-huh.
the 28th, and so I'll be arriving on the 29th.
So technically, you leave tomorrow, which is Sunday here.
Well, it's Friday night here, so I have one more day.
Right.
I'm going to just play the songs over and over and over again. I'm all packed, all ready to go,
Okay, cool.
and just so excited.
So you want to say hi to Yuuji?
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Yuuji.
Hi.
Are you ready to rock, dude?
Yeah, sure. No
All
problem.
right. Hey, you have a great radio voice. That's great.
Thank you so much.
You're so much fun. This is like our 5th tour together. Isn't this our 5th tour? I think it's our 5th tour, dude.
Yeah.
Five times ね。
Five times.
すごい。
Yeah.
まあ、ユージは、なんか、大体英語全部わかりますか？
いや、もう7割ぐらいわからない。
うそ
だからカティアとこうコミュニケーションは、こうなんだ、英語は1割、日本語9割ぐらいな感じでコミュニケーションは取ってるんかな、わかんないけどね。
Katya, he says he only understands about 30% of your English.
That's what they all say. That's okay. Tell him he's a killer bassist.
Wow.
Thank you.
See, he understands a lot more than 30%.
I know. If you guys got to remember I'm a girl, so blah, blah, blah. But the guy's like, yeah. You know?
まあ、カティアの、なんか出会いは、
ああ、そうだね。カティアの出会いは4年前に友達からの紹介で、紹介されて、で初めてなんだこうライブするときに、カティア、あともう一人アメリカのドラマ
エリックとそのトリオで、さあコミュニケーションどう取ろうかな、すごい困ったなっていうのがすごく4年前に思います。 ああ、そうね。So he said he met you 4 years ago through an introduction, and of course you're speaking English, but also Eric was speaking English, so he was like, how am I gonna figure this out?
He did great. He cracks me up in rehearsal too. You know, he'll come in with a towel around his neck like Rocky. He comes in with this 6-string bass. You know, it's just a lot of fun.
Cool.
So I have monster players, man. I have incredible players. You know, I like how active Yuuji's on the bass too when he plays. You know, it sounds great.
So this section of the show is called Multicultural Japan. And it's kind of where we look at Japanese culture and kind of ask a couple of questions as far as international and multicultural. And so in terms of Katya, you've been to Japan now how many times? This will be how many times for you?
Oh, yeah. This is going to be the 7th time.
7 times?
I'm so lucky.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I love it there.
Cool.
I love it there.
So in your opinion, how do you see, do you see Japan as kind of headed international with like a lot of tourists coming? And
oh yeah, I mean if you're a musician playing Japan, that's a big deal. Like just within the society of musicians or just a group of musicians, it's every musician's goal to tour Japan because they treat the musicians incredible there.
Okay.
So it's like a musician's dream to tour Japan. It really is.
So when you come here, do you feel so? Basically, the Japanese population is 97% Japanese and 3% non-Japanese. Do you feel that like the second you step off the plane?
To be honest, I don't, because my family was I was first generation born in America. So my dad was from Belarus, my mom was from France, my uncle was born in China, my grandmother was born in Russia. And so I don't know why. It's like when I come to Japan, I feel just at home. Okay. Like I really do. Yeah, it feels great. And I love everything about it. I love how clean it is. orderly. Everybody's so nice, and it's so artsy.
Yeah,
I just love it there.
The last guest with Hurricane number one pretty much said about the same thing. It's like super clean here. And どうしてなんかまあ例えばアメリカではゴミ箱いっぱいあるんですよ。
ほうほうほ
どこでもゴミ箱ある。
う。うんうん。
でもゴミもいっぱいある。ポイ捨てもなんか本当にすごい。で日本の逆にゴミ箱その
少ないから、
非常にもう全然ない。
少ないね。
でもそのポイは全然ない。
ああ、それは日本人があんまり捨てないっていう教育があるからじゃないの？うん。捨てると人様に迷惑をかけるからそれはやめましょうだったりとか。
So in he's saying I asked him, you know, in the U.S. there are trash cans everywhere, but there's trash everywhere. In Japan there's no trash cans and there's no trash. And
I know.
What's the logic? And so he's saying that basically the Japanese don't want to interrupt or disturb or get in the way of other people. So just throwing their trash on the ground or not in a trash can will cause a hindrance or a pain in the rear for other people. So they keep basically Japanese keep their trash until they find a trash can to throw it in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. On my second tour, I remember that. When I played Hard Rock Cafe at that mall. I forgot what it's called.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I always go there.
At Universal City. You're right.
Oh, yeah, Universal City.
Right.
And I go, I've got to throw out my Starbucks. And the videographer was like, you're going to have to hold on to your trash because there's no trash cans.
No trash cans, yeah.
Yeah, but I love it. You know, I'm willing to do as I'm told. You know, I don't have a problem with that. You know, it's like, I like fun things. I love Japan.
Cool,
I would be sad if I ever missed a year coming to Japan.
Cool. Well, that brings us to today's top 5 list.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
So today's topic is the top 5 reasons Katya loves playing in Osaka. 日本語では
大阪は水の都で歴史のある街なので、大阪城やら、大阪歴史博物館にすぐに見に行けるっていうところかなじゃなくて、
タイトル。Top 5 reasons Katya loves playing in Osaka.
全然
This is so much fun.
ちゃんとあれやね、打ち合わせしなあかんね。カティアが大阪で、好きなトップ5っていうところやね。はい。
So, Katya, number 1?
Okay.
Sorry, number 5.
Oh, go to number 5?
Yeah, start with number 5.
Okay. Well, I love going to the Osaka Castle and Osaka Museum. Okay. So I have things that I do every time that I tour Japan, I always do certain things. I go to the Osaka Museum. I go to the Osaka Castle. Uh-huh. I buy magnets. I buy trinkets. I buy T-shirts.
Lots of goodies.
And I buy stuff for myself to remind me of the tour that year.
Okay. Cool.
You know, and I always take a taxi because I'm too afraid to take public transportation that I'll end up like 5 hours away.
じゃあ日本語で
やっぱさっきのね、やっぱ大阪ってやっぱりいろんな文化の街でもあるんだけども、やっぱり大阪城だったりとか大阪、歴史博物館だったりとかってね、すぐに見に行けるっていういろんな街いろいろあるんですけども、大阪ってすごく、歴史の深い場所でもあるから、
でいろんなものも
もちろん
販売されてる
販売もそうなんだけど、まあすごくいい街だなっていうところですね。はい。
Katya, number 4.
Number 4, Osaka compared to LA is quiet and calm. I know that's hard to believe, but it is true.
日本語では
やっぱりロスと比べて大阪静かなんだけども、僕も一回ロス行ったことあるんだけど、だいたい一緒な感じはするんだけどね。
So he's saying it's about the same.
Yeah, I guess I live in a noisy town.
Yeah.
And there's no parking.
No parking. Well, there's no parking in Osaka either.
I know, but you guys have the train. We don't. You know.
Number 3.
the fans are the best.
The best.
I mean, the best. Like the first Japan tour I ever did, this girl waited like 6 hours outside the club to meet me. So it's just, and I have pictures of it, and I occasionally will repost it, but that's just so special to me.
Cool.
Because, I remember being in my room with like my group of friends, and we were singing Pink Floyd The Wall, and just having so much fun. And so just, I don't know. I love music. I love giving the gift of music. I love sharing music with people. I just love it.
Great fans.
入るタイミングを逃したんですけど、まあいいですわ。やっぱりなんだ、カテヤのライブに、まあ見に来てくれるファンっていうのがすごく、まあフレンドリーですごく優しくて、で、やっぱファン、そのカテヤを見に来る方ってすごく素晴らしい。やっぱそこに魅力を感じてるっていうところかな。
そうですね。Number 2.
Okay, number 2, everybody's like, oh, so you're going to eat sushi? And I'm like, well, I'm actually allergic to seafood. They're like, what are you going to eat in Japan? And it's like, there's other things to eat in Japan other than seafood. So I always love going to Moe's Burgers. And of course, I get a teriyaki burger.
Oh, okay.
So I love teriyaki sauce. And I make my own teriyaki sauce as well. I've been cooking in the slow cooker.
Okay. 日本語では
やっぱ、モスバーガーに照り焼きバーガーを食べに行くことっていうことなんですって。日本だけなの照り焼きって。
いや、照り焼きは、まあ、ほとんど照り焼きソース。
あ、照り焼きソース。
照り焼きソースは、まあ、どこでもあるけど、まあ、日本人に住んでるところ、照り焼きあるけど、多分、モスバーガーはちょっと違うと。ちょっと違うと思う。
そうなんだ。
モスバーガーが好きということで。なるほどね。はい。Alright, and the number one reason Katya loves playing in Osaka is...
I shouldn't have made this number one. No, it's funny. The minute I put up the flyers is the number one way to have these musicians say, how did she get that? Oh my God, she's playing Japan. Hey, can you call her agent? It's like, it's really funny. It's like the minute they see the flyers, all these people are like, I wish I could play Japan. And I do encourage people to play Japan and visit Japan, So,
Okay. 日本語では
ですね、やっぱ自分が大阪でライブをしてることに関して、例えばそれを SNS でまあアップした。それをアップしたのを知り合いのミュージシャンとかが見てすごく嫉妬することがあるっていうことなんだけども、
そうですね。
やっぱ嫉妬してもらえる。よく大阪でライブをやるよねみたいなそんな感じかな。
で、7回目ですね今年が。
そうですね、7回目ですね。
So, Katya, you're just gonna keep coming to Japan and keep coming to Japan.
Yeah, I hope you guys keep inviting me. So I've been practicing very hard.
I've
been working out and I'm practicing.
Just move here.
Every night.
Just move here. It'll save you expenses.
I don't want to. I would like to. Yeah.
Cool.
That would be fantastic.
Well, if I can ask, do people ask you why you're playing in Japan?
No, to be honest, they just think it's incredible. They really do. I really didn't want to compromise with my music. So I just created my own career. This is what I do. I tour Japan once a year. I'm touring Detroit once a year.
Okay.
I'm recording with incredible musicians. And I just thought, I'm going to keep doing my music and doing my flow. And it just turned into something super great. Sometimes you just got to take a chance in life and see where it takes you,
それ考えたことありますか？海外のミュージシャンが、日本でツアーすることを非常になんかしたいとか、本当になんか有名とか、向こうから日本に来て
ツアーすることがすごく有名っていうこと。
まあすごくなんか目指したいとか、そういうこと。
そうなんだ。それは向こうの人、例えば日本以外の人が日本でツアーしたいっていうことを夢を見てるっていうこと？
そう。
それは知らなかったな。そんなんなんだ。
そう。だから今の話、her number one は、
あ、そういうことね。
そう。
大阪とか日本でライブしてることによって、そのなんだ、ロスとかのミュージシャンがすごく嫉妬してしまうのは、そういう夢があるから、ね。
そう。なんで、7回目私も、1回目もうやってないとか。
ああ、なるほどね。
So, Katya, do you know any, I guess, famous musicians or really well-known musicians who haven't toured Japan but really want to?
Well, I talked to Marky Ramone, but he's already toured Japan. So.
But do you know any other musicians?
Oh, that.
Not. Because like I remember running into some guy and he was saying that like the former drummer or the drummer for the Cars or something, he was friends with him and he wanted to play in Japan or something like that, but he never had the chance.
Oh, with me regarding my project?
No. Just musicians that you know that, or just famous musicians that have never toured Japan.
Oh no, I think they all pretty much have. Because it's the hot spot to go.
Right.
It's like, yeah, and it's like the thing of it is, if you can tour Japan, it's a real feather in your cap for your music career. So it's like I was saying, it's like every musician's end game to tour Japan.
そう。まあそれ海外のミュージシャンはそんなに来日することはしてないんですから、なんか珍しいね。なんか料金だいぶかかるんですが、
まあ確かにね。
でそれ珍しいなので、もしできたら、でまあ SNS でそのストリーミングとかそのファンがとかで、自分のところ戻ったら書いたらみんな
なるほど。
本当に
カテヤのステータスが上がるっていうことね。
そう。だからまあミュージシャンが来日したら、帰ったらインタビューとかマスコミとかになるんですよ。
本当。あ、逆に日本の人が海外でツアーしたりとかっていうのはその逆もまあ一緒なんかな。
日本に帰ってから、
そう日本でまたインタビューして、あの時はどうでしたかみたいな感じでインタビューされるみたいな感じだよね。
そんな感じですね。日本人のバンドは海外に行くのはちょっと珍しいんでしょ。
いや、最近はちょっと違うかなっていうのはあるんだけど。
まあ South by Southwest。
そう。
So, Katya, there's what are your performances coming up for your tour this year?
Oh, so I'm coming to Japan. We're going to rehearse. We're going to play Hard Rock Cafe November 2nd in Osaka.
Next
and
Friday,
then,
yes.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's coming up. And Live Freak Saturday on November 3rd in Tokyo.
Live Freak Shinjuku in Shinjuku ですね。はい。
Yeah, so I'm super excited.
ユージは楽しみですね。
非常に楽しみです。I'm very excited.
Hard Rock Cafe Live Freak は行ったことありますか？新宿の。
いやー、僕はないですね。
ないですね。
はい。
東京はたまに演奏してるんですか？
東京はね、自分のバンドでは一昨年1回やったかな。
So you've got 2 shows coming up, and anything you're gonna do some shopping, buy some souvenirs for some people.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Tokyo Disneyland.
Going to Tokyo Disneyland.
And I have my Disneyland jacket. I'm wearing my Disneyland jacket on the plane. It's black. It's a black jacket, but the stitching is the mouse ears.
Oh,
and
okay.
so if you look at it, you have to look at it like really hard. Then you realize all the stitching on the jacket is the mouse ears, and it's black. My favorite color. So I'm going to wear that on the plane, and I'm going to wear that to Tokyo Disneyland.
Okay.
Cool. I've toured Tokyo one time. I think it was 2013, and it was awesome. But I didn't get a lot of time to hang out. So now I get time to hang out. I'm going to go to Tokyo Disneyland.
All right. Well, it's good to have you on the show. Looking forward to your upcoming show in Osaka.
Awesome.
Any last words you wanna say?
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this.
Okay.
I love talking about rock and roll. So thanks
Right.
for having me on the show, and thanks for booking my tours all these years. And it's just been awesome.
All
So
right.
thank you.
And Yuuji?
はい。そうですね。11月の2日が、ハードルカフェ本町で、と、あと11月の3日東京新宿のライブフリックスでライブやりますんで、ぜひお時間合わせていただけたらば遊びに来てください。よろしくお願いします。
はい。Okay, so we're gonna head out with a song by Katya called 59. It's an instrumental, and looking forward to seeing the shows. All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
This is the end, fellow rockers. I hope you enjoyed the trip. Remember, rock lives.
All right, that is today's show, KMC Vibes for October. I'd like to thank once again the guests, Alec from Hurricane number 1 and Katya and Yuuji. So next month coming up, KMC Vibes, we've got the guest Liza Colby via Skype. Liza Colby Sound will be in Japan in December touring. So check that show out. 皆さん、来月の番組ライザ・コールビー・サウンド、ニューヨークからのロックバンド、本当に素晴らしいすっごいエキサイティングバンドで、12月、来日して、ジャパンツアーをするんですね。来月の番組、スカイプ経由で、出ます。また来月よろしくお願いします。So, see you next month. This is host DL courtesy of Black Can Radio. Peace.